Have you ever felt like you're doing everything you're supposed to do, yet somehow your life refuses to move forward? You wake up tired, you rush through your morning, you give your best hours to work, and at night, when the world finally slows down, you sit there wondering, why am I still stuck? You didn't fail, you didn't give up, so why does it feel like life quietly passed you by? Here's the uncomfortable truth most people never hear. Your life isn't destroyed by one big mistake. It's shaped slowly, silently, by small decisions you repeat every day. Once upon a time, in a modest neighborhood on the edge of a busy American city, lived a man named Daniel. Daniel was not lazy. That's what made his situation so painful. He woke up before sunrise, worked long shifts, paid his bills on time, never missed the day. But despite all that effort, his life felt frozen. Every month looked the same paycheck, same apartment, same stress. At 34 years old, Daniel realized something terrifying. He was exhausted, but he wasn't going anywhere. Each evening after work, Daniel followed the same routine: drop his keys, kick off his shoes, collapse on the couch. He told himself he deserved rest, and maybe he did. So he rested, by scrolling, by watching, by escaping into other people's lives. Hours disappeared quietly. Daniel didn't notice time slipping away, because nothing dramatic was happening. No crash, no failure, just comfort. And comfort is dangerous. One night, while checking his bank account, Daniel felt a sharp pressure in his chest. The number hadn't changed again. He wasn't drowning, but he wasn't swimming either. Then something happened that changed everything. At a family gathering the next weekend, Daniel was standing near the kitchen holding a paper plate, invisible as always. That's when he heard his younger cousin Marcus talking to his uncle. Marcus was 26. 3 years ago, he was working at a call center. Now? "Yeah, I'm contracting for 2 companies remotely," Marcus said casually, "probably going to hit 6 figures this year." Daniel's uncle laughed. "That's incredible, son. You know, your cousin Daniel was always the smart one. We all thought he'd be the success story." Marcus glanced at Daniel. Daniel forced a smile. Marcus said, "It's never too late, right?" Everyone laughed, thought it was encouragement, but Daniel heard it differently. "It's never too late, but you're running out of time." That night, Daniel didn't sleep. He sat in his dim bedroom staring at his phone calculator. He did the math. 5 hours of scrolling every night times 365 days equals 1,825 hours wasted last year. That's enough time to learn a new skill, build a side business, become fluent in a language, enough time to completely change his life. But he threw it away one comfortable evening at a time. Daniel stared at the ceiling and asked himself a question most people avoid. What am I doing every day that keeps me exactly where I am? The answer wasn't big. It was small, almost embarrassing. His evenings. Daniel realized that while his job consumed his days, his nights belonged to him, and he was wasting them. The next morning, Daniel made a decision that didn't feel heroic, it didn't feel exciting. He opened a blank document on his laptop and typed one question. What is one skill that if I mastered it in 6 months would make me financially irreplaceable? He sat there for 20 minutes, then he wrote, digital marketing. Not because he loved it, but because he saw freelancers on LinkedIn charging $2,000 a month for services he could learn for free on YouTube. He set one rule: every night before touching his phone, 45 minutes. No exceptions, no big goals, no hype, just consistency. The first week was miserable. He was tired, confused, unmotivated. He didn't see progress. He didn't feel smarter. He wanted to quit, but he didn't because the decision was small enough to survive bad days. Week after week, something strange happened. Daniel stopped needing motivation. The habit became automatic.
While others relaxed, Daniel invested. While others escaped, Daniel built. While others waited, Daniel compounded. 3 months later, nothing looked different on the outside. Same job, same apartment. But inside, Daniel had momentum.
Month 4. Daniel landed his first freelance client through a Facebook group. A local gym owner needed help running Facebook ads. Daniel spent 12 hours building the campaign, researching, writing copy, designing creatives. He was nervous but excited. The client loved the presentation. "Let's do it," he said. Daniel ran the ads for 3 weeks. Then, silence. The client stopped replying, wouldn't return calls, ghosted him completely. Daniel never got paid. He sat in his car in the parking lot after work, hands shaking, staring at his dashboard. 12 hours of work, $0 earned. A voice in his head whispered, "See, you're not built for this. Just go back to your couch. At least that's comfortable." Daniel felt the weight of failure pressing down on his chest. For 3 days, he didn't open his laptop. But on the 4th night, something clicked. He looked at his notebook. Over 180 hours invested, dozens of tutorials completed, 3 mock campaigns built. If he quit now, all of that became waste. But if he kept going, that failure became tuition. Daniel adjusted. He joined better communities. He offered his first service for $100 instead of $500. He asked for half payment up front. Month 7. A small e-commerce brand hired him to run a 1-month ad campaign. Budget, $500. His fee, $200. It wasn't much, but when that PayPal notification hit his phone, Daniel sat in his kitchen and stared at it for 5 minutes. $200. Not from his boss, not from his salary, from a skill he built in his evenings while everyone else was scrolling. It felt different. It felt like proof. 1 year later, Daniel had options. 2 years later, he had freedom. Not overnight, not magically, quietly. Then the recession came. The company Daniel worked for started layoffs. Panic swept through the office. People with luxury cars and mortgages turned pale. They had no savings, no backup, 1 paycheck away from ruin. Daniel's manager called him into the office. "We have to let you go." In the old days, this would have destroyed him. He would have begged, he would have panicked. But today, Daniel looked at his manager and felt something strange. Calm. Because Daniel had 14 active clients, $4,200 per month in freelance income, and enough savings to survive 18 months. He didn't need permission to earn anymore. "I understand," Daniel said. "Thank you for the opportunity." He walked out with a box in his hands, breathing in the cold morning air. He wasn't unemployed, he was free. 3 years later, someone at a coffee shop asked Daniel, "So when did you know you'd actually made it?" Daniel smiled. "The day I got laid off and didn't panic. The day I opened my bank account and felt safe. The day I realized I didn't need a boss's approval to live the life I wanted. That's when I knew." Wealth isn't the car you drive. Wealth isn't the apartment you rent. Wealth is the quiet confidence that no matter what happens, you'll be okay. Daniel didn't become a billionaire. He didn't buy a private island, but he bought something more expensive. He bought his time back. He works when he wants. He travels when he wants. He wakes up without an alarm, not because he got lucky, because 5 years ago he made one small decision and refused to quit when it got hard. So tonight, before you sleep, I want you to do something. Open your Notes app. Write one question. What is one skill I could learn in the next 6 months that would change my income forever? Sit with that question. Don't rush it. The answer will come. And when it does, start tomorrow. Not next week, not next month. Tomorrow, 45 minutes. Because your future isn't waiting for motivation. Your future is being built or wasted by what you do tonight. Discipline doesn't scream, it whispers, one small decision at a time.